under English rule was harsh and degrading for the common Scottish people. The English soldiers lorded over all the important Scottish castles and fortresses. They patrolled the countryside each day, ready to flex their military might and superiority complex against any man or woman who was deemed to be lacking in humility and subservience. The just rule of law was suspended in favor of exorbitantly harsh punishments for minor offenses. Scotsmen were flogged, mutilated, and hung for mere misdemeanors. The mortality rate in the 1290s was thus exceptionally high. Without a legitimate legal system in place, many people were forced to take matters into their own hands, some becoming brigands and forming robber bands to exact some measure of justice upon the English soldiers who freely roamed their countryside. English historians were quick to denounce the actions of the Scottish population, lamenting the atrocities committed against the English soldiers. Rather hypocritically on the part of the historians, the barbarisms committed by the English soldiers against the Scottish population were not equally subject to condemnation. Given these circumstances, it is not surprising that news of Wallace's exploits were greeted with much enthusiasm and awe during this time. Blind Harry's epic poem preserves the adulation of Wallace as the equivalent of Nottingham's Robin Hood, a charismatic outlaw that served an inspiring band of vigilante justice to the English soldiers. One such instance, recorded in Blind Harry's epic poem, details a challenge taken up by Wallace, which had been put forth by an English soldier and weightlifter in the town of Ayr. Boasting of English superiority, the soldier challenged any Scotsman to strike him across the back. Wallace, while in disguise, accepted the challenge and broke the soldier's back with a single blow. He then quickly killed 5 other English soldiers before making his escape to Leglin Wood. The Scottish people gained a measure of pride and awe in listening to and repeating tales of Wallace's small victories against the hated English. Around 1293, Wallace was transformed from a lone outlaw to a skilled militia leader. His swordsmanship and athletic prowess improved, as did his leadership skills and acumen as a military strategist. Wallace's reputation also began to take on mythic qualities during his lifetime, a factor that arguably compensated for his lack of wealth and noble standing in the ideas of the common people. In one particular skirmish in the town of Orr, Wallace nearly died after killing one of Lord Percy's men. Unable to escape from the overwhelming number of English soldiers that accosted him, he was captured and starved in a dungeon. When it was time for his trial, a severe fever had put him in a deep coma. The English soldiers assumed that he was dead and left his body to rot in a heap of dung. Wallace would have perished if not for the care and cunning of his first nurse at Ellerslie. She pleaded with the English for a chance to give him a proper burial, and quickly staged a fake wake to keep up the pretense that he was dead when she discovered that he was still alive. After she nursed him back to health, Wallace gained a Christ-like reputation for having returned from the dead. His fame grew when Thomas the Rhymer, a renowned prophet and soothsayer who had predicted Alexander III's death, learned that he was miraculously alive and prophesied that he would play a crucial role in restoring Scottish pride. "Forsooth, ere he decease, shall many thousands in the field make end. From Scotland he shall forth the Southron send, and Scotland thrice shall he bring to peace. So good of hand again shall ne'er be kenned." In an age of superstition and destiny, Wallace had effectively turned into a magnetic, larger-than-life figure. Men from all walks of life flocked to his side, turning the lone outlaw into a charismatic militia leader. He inspired faith, loyalty, and devotion in the band of brothers, nephews, uncles, cousins, and distant relatives that formed a tightly knit military force around him.